Hey, Trailblazer fans, it's Nick and PDX, and we are in dire, dire needs of a win. Down 0-3 to the New Orleans Pelicans. 2018 playoffs didn't seem to be gonna head in this direction. Fought hard for the third seed, made it to the playoffs. Before the 13-game winning streak, I thought we'd roughly were a fifth, sixth seed. And that 13-game winning streak kind of propelled us to this third seed. And it's really only separated by one game. And we all saw at the end of the season. And hitting that third seed was nice because I was projecting already ahead to the second round with the Golden State Warriors. And, chances are whatever. Injury, something happens. Who knows? You can make a Western Conference Finals. I don't ever hope for injuries for any team. But I'm going to give as much effort here as the Blazers gave last night. And that is, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say except for on Twitter last night, Dave Deckard of Blazers Edge, Eric Griffin, Brian Freeman, Chad Doing, pretty much were all saying the same thing, and it's the roster's unbalanced. You can't expect Damian Lillard to fight over 2 or 3 guys, even on the pick and roll. Sometimes they're throwing 3 guys over there and just leaving the wing wide open. Now I could pull up highlights and could freeze frame this, and I could show you exactly, but Blazer fans, you're smart. Watch the game. Rewatch it. I know it's on your DVR. Watch the pick and roll. Watch the wing player. Watch him come off the wing, and he's just blocking Damian on the side. It doesn't matter which side. CJ could be on the top of the key on the opposite side of Dame. He can't get the ball to him. Basically, this is what New Orleans is doing. This is their game plan. We dare you to beat us with your bigs. That's what they're doing. Beat us with your bigs. Pick and roll. Double team Dame. Dame has to pass the ball to Nurkic or Ed Davis in the center or Zach Collins. And they have to beat us. And those guys are sliding off too from the wings. From the corner 3, those guys are coming in and double teaming the bigs. And kick out to the corner 3, sure. If we had great shooters out there. Aminu did a good job yesterday. I mean, he was 3 for 8 from 3-point land, but he was the only one that had a decent offense from the start. I think he led us in points at halftime. Now, Dame and CJ both had 20 points. And evenly, if we look at the game thread here, 25 points for us in the second, 28 for them, 25, 27, 32, 28. So that would have been a close game. But we came into the first quarter and just gave up 36 points. And we didn't show up. We didn't show up down in New Orleans. We lost twice at home and we gave up. And it felt like a give up. It really did. Honestly, it felt like a give up. And I don't think that's Damian Lillard's makeup is give up. I just never saw him as a give up player. And I'm not saying he's giving up personally. CJ McCollum looks out of whack. Damian Lillard looks out of whack. Yusuf Nurkic had a really bad game this one. But the other 2 games, I thought he played pretty decent. So we'll back up here. Let's just talk about our basic offenses, the pick and roll. Big slides up. CJ and Dame slide to the corners. And it's a flare pass. Usually an open 3 or it's a dribble drive, one-on-one play right there. And then if the corner guy comes off him and traps Dame or CJ on the side, it's a kick out to the side, the corner 3. That's basically our offense. And that's a lot of NBA offenses. They're blitzing the point guard. They're making him make a pass to the middle, and they're saying, "Hey, we'll just throw a second guy at your big, and good luck." And then the big's kicking it out, and CJ and Dame are both being covered again by 2 great defenders, and it's just not working. It's just not working. We don't have the personnel to make it work. We don't have the personnel to make adjustments. Now, for all the Fire Terry Stotts fans out there, especially on Trailblazer Forum on Facebook, calm down. I think he's a great coach. I honestly do. Now, his pick and roll defense since he's been here has been atrocious. Personally, I think it's been atrocious. And it's been atrocious since Wesley Matthews, Nicholas Batum. So, I mean, we can break down the numbers here, but it doesn't really matter. We gave up a big first quarter, and we couldn't survive. And then 24 turnovers. When you're trying to climb a hill, 24 turnovers. I mean, literally just falling over each other. I mean, it was brutal. I sat there and watched the whole thing. I was cheering for the third string to come in. Cheering. Myers Leonard had 3 straight dunks. I know it's against their garbage team. I get it. But it was just like, okay, look, something happened. That was enjoyable. Now, last night on Twitter, most Blazer fans, true Blazer fan who usually makes the highlights that I use because he does a great job of making them. I would never be able to do a better job than he does. He just was like, man, sorry, man. I can't make highlights tonight. Eric Griffin from Blazers Edge, Eric Griffin NBA, basically saying, yep, they've been buying fool's gold for the last 2 off seasons. Let's be honest about the talent evaluation this year and act accordingly. Now, if you, besides the Westworld tweet there, Rip City Bad Boys, a local podcast in Portland, Oregon, somebody needs to get ejected to make a statement. Brian Freeman was saying that the 4 best players are on the New Orleans Pelicans side. And it's tough. It's Meritek, Rondo, Drew Holiday, and Anthony Davis. And I tweeted back to him, and the 5th player is really hard to pick. Who would it be? Is there an outright 5th player that you could see that you're just like, oh yeah, that's the 5th best player in this series right now? So, I mean, it's just a tough night to be a Blazer fan, and then I wake up to this. I love Dave Deckard. I love Blazers Edge. He's a fantastic writer. I'm more excited about the Uncle Drew movie coming out than reading this article again. And this is very truthful here. It's not just about the loss. It's what the loss means. And if we would have lost by 2 and showed up for the 4th game, even if we got swept, but it was a close series and we just didn't have the personnel and Neil O'Shea could turn it that way, then great. But Game 3 really meant a lot. And this is a fantastic article. I'll link it in the description below, guys. And I'll link his Twitter page too. And you guys can ask him questions. I'm sure he'll love to hear from you guys. So this is what I want to know, Blazer fans, and this is a fantastic article. And basically he's saying that the last 2 off seasons, I think most of you guys know one thing about Portland Trailblazer fans. They're smart basketball, fans. They understand the salary cap. They understand the lottery. They understand a lot of things. The Meritek deal, where people are saying last night, look, we could have just gave up a first-round pick for Meritek. I think Portland needs to understand that we're at $110 million right now. $110 million, and the salary cap is $101. If we're at $110 and Meritek wants a new deal next year, Neil can't make that play. We just don't have the money. I'm not blaming him for Meritek. Yeah, I would have liked him for the play out the rest of the season. I was asking for him. Bellinelli, too. I mean, we tried to get Bellinelli, but he decided to go to Philly. Good choice. Philly's looking great. And on the Eastern side, I am really rooting for the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid is by far my favorite player in the NBA right now. So, Meritek would have wanted a new deal. We don't have the money to give him a new deal. That's it. There's no money falling off the books this year. There's no big contract. E.T. and Myers is another 3 years. Another 2 years after this, sorry. They signed a 4-year deal 2 years ago. And then CJ and Dame have 3 years left. And that will be Damian's 30th birthday. He'll be 30 years old. I mean, are we really going to waste this man's talents at 30 and not surround him? I'm not going to say he's done at 30. He's prime still, but you're on the top of your prime. It's not coming into your prime. Right now, he's in the middle of his prime. And we have to surround this man with some talent. Now, I'm not going to say I'm a draft expert. I do watch college basketball. I do take a look at what players are coming into the draft. I honestly didn't see us trading up to number 10 last year and picking Zach Collins and how well Zach Collins has played. I didn't see that, and I'm not saying that it was a bad choice. I like Zach. I think he's going to be a great player. I really do. I think he's going to be a really good player. But you look back at the draft now, and we pay a lot of people to, break down these things for the Blazers. Scouts, European scouts, college scouts, high school scouts. Every team has them. And you take a look at some of the players that we passed up, and most notably is that we traded down and we easily could have got Donovan Mitchell. Now, what Donovan Mitchell would have done for us was give us another guard and would have made CJ, easier to trade CJ during the trade deadline and picked up, because at that point you could see who Donovan was, and at that point you could pick up a wing player that could shoot and play defense. That would have changed the dynamic of the team with just the one player. If you just trade Donovan and CJ's numbers, they're probably pretty similar. I don't have them pulled up. That's not my point. Also, Caleb Swanigan, I'm not hating on him. I don't know his makeup. He's a good kid. But Jordan Bell was right there, and I was screaming for Jordan Bell, and I really was screaming for Jordan Bell. And don't tell me he couldn't help us coming off the bench. He could have. Would he have been a difference in this series? No, but just the salary cap relief of getting rid of CJ, having Donovan, that would have changed the landscape of the Blazers for the next 3 years. There's the move. There's the move right there. And it hurts to, foresee that and go, or look past and look in the past and go, that's the move you should have made. Well, nobody knows. And I'm not saying I knew, because I didn't. But I don't get paid to know. And when we look at this, that's tough. That's tough. I remember drafting Martell Webster instead of Chris Paul. Oh. Sebastian Telfair. I mean, for how much Paul Allen loves point guards, I'm surprised he didn't fall in love with Donovan Mitchell. I wonder if Donovan Mitchell even came into tryouts or pre-draft workouts. I wonder if he did. I don't even know. I'm so disgusted, Blazer fans. So this is what we need to do. Blazer fans, what do you want to see? What do you want to see in Game 4? Do you want to see Myers Leonard? Do you want to see a completely different offense? Do you want to see a blitz on the pick and roll? I mean, what would you like to see? I'll tell you what I'd like to see is no pick and roll, a post with Nurk against AD. AD will play him straight up. They won't double him. And then a side pick and roll for Dame Siecha to get free. Nurk can kick it back out, and maybe they can operate within the three-point line, out inside the three-point line before you reach AD, right in that area right there. Just try it. I mean, I know it's not a great matchup one-on-one, so they'll play them man-to-man. That's why you have to run the side pick. But it could be an off-ball pick from the opposite side of where Nurk is posted up at, and you could get Dame and CJ open at the free throw line. Maybe. Maybe out of my mind. I don't know. Tell me, Trailblazer fans, what do you want to see? Rip City Army, on to the next one.